sold as a slave. And Gomer took all his possessions, probably even his spare food, sold them in order to buy her back from being a slave. So here, brothers and sisters, is a depiction of how the kingdom of Israel, the people had become when they have a God and then they went to another God. Because they have an intimacy with God and then they departed from Him. So today, brothers and sisters, we will discuss the letter that God sent to Hosea. And probably we can learn here about we will understand Him, His love for us. So in verse 1, he talks about Israel being a child. Israel being a child. So every one of us has a lot of us have experience, right? Of being a child. Even myself, I was once a child and I experienced yung pagmamahal ng magulang. So in this depiction, brothers and sisters, God clearly explains to people what kind of love He wants to portray. And in this case, brothers and sisters, like a fatherly love. Because He is giving the example of the Israelites. Remember, they were a slave. And then God sent Moses in order to let them free and have their own nation. So kaya nga ba umalis sila, they left and all their belongings, and then if you go back to Exodus, you will see in chapter 4, that's what God did. Without God's intercession, that will not happen, right? But because God allowed it happened. And God gave everything. While on their way, they are being pursued by yung mga sundalo, di ba? Because the Pharaoh realized na, mali pala daw, hindi ko sila pinalis. So they pursued them, but God put a fire between them so that they will not be able to touch them while they're running away in pursuit, right? And then remember when they went to the Red Sea and the sea just parted so that they can pass. And then they drowned the pursuing army of Egypt, right? So in this case, brothers and sisters, God is like reminding the people of Israel, it's like a dad to his son or a daughter, and they have this photo album showing him when he was a child. You were like that. You were so vulnerable. Right? And in verse 2 it says, but the more they were called, the more they went away from me. And they sacrificed in burnt incense to images. So here is that God is so, let me say this, a bit maybe disappointed. Because He was saying that after that I did that to you. Remember in the wilderness, He even fed them with manna, right? Pinakain pa sila. Even water. And then the people, if you remember in the story, they even, when Moses was in the mountain to get the 10 Commandments, they just left. They collected the gold of each of the families and then they made the image, right? Right there. So it must be very disappointing because God, in their view, dun sa yung nakikita nila, in their own view, they see the miracle of God in their midst. Remember the 10 plagues? They see it. The the food that went out from heaven, the water, they all witnessed, right? But it's hard to understand why after all those things, the Israelites, they started to, worship something that they haven't even done for them, right? So their stubborn hearts and self-pride led them to worship Baal or Baal. And it's so sad. And in verse 3, if you continue reading the verses, it says here, it was I who taught Ephraim to walk, taking them by the arms. So you remember, right? You remember when you are trying to walk, and with your dad helping you. Did you remember? I don't remember. I remember me helping my nephew walk. And you can see how fragile a child is, right? Like our kids here, Gabriel, right? You know how a child is so fragile. And in this verse, brothers and sisters, that's how God sees Israel, like us. He sees us like a helpless being led, because we don't know what. Because we don't know where we're going, right? But, and as we continue, but they did not realize that it was I who healed them. Sometimes probably they are sick and they did not realize it was God who healed them. Or even sometimes we are sick and maybe because of the prayer of somebody or people we are in. Right? So in verse 4, I led them with cords of human kindness and ties of love. So if you remember, there was a pastor. He said, my mother told me that when I was a child, he used to put the leash, a dog leash on me. A dog leash on me. You know that you put here? And because David said, when he was young, he don't have a fence. And there's the street, and it's dangerous to go there. So what her mom does was to, and sometimes I even put you the clothesline. Doon niya sinasabit yung he put the leash on the clothesline so that she can move like 20 feet to then 6 feet across, right? And it's so, to some people it sounds like so doesn't look good. You're making like a dog. You just need a pail of water, right? But you know the reason, right? The reason why the mother put that leash on that child is to protect the child, right? So sometimes in our own life, we will think that God is putting us on a leash where sometimes we can go from places we wanted to go. And sometimes we complain. And but now in this example, we realize that sometimes maybe it is God who is allowing this because it might be something that is not good for you. Right? And so this man, when he became older and became a father himself, he had a child, and in that child was he gave a toy. Parang ulit na sakyan, a cart. So he tried to use that and went outside the house because they also didn't know how to fence into the road. And the dad got mad. He said to the child, "Don't go there because there's big cars over there and you might, it's dangerous, right?" And that child said, "No," because he doesn't understand. And the next time, he did the same thing. And the dad said, "If you do that again, I will spunk you." And then the child said, "No." And then for the third time, he did that again. He went out. And then the dad pulled his belt and was about to hit the child. And then the mother said, "Why will you do that?"